Hello, anyone listening to this audio and belongs to the family and staff of Analytica soft. This is the first audio I'm doing on the basic training and the use of our software. When you become part of our family, you will be required to be among the people who will help our softwares to sell, and we will help our users to use our softwares in the way that is recommended and in the way that they'll not get trouble. In this part 1 of this audio, I'm going to talk about the common problems that users encounter in the field and the common solutions you can give to such problems. I will also attach a video for this particular audio or related audio later on that has visual explanations. Now, when the overview of our softwares is as follows. We use one of the most advanced technologies for our software and one of the most popular programming languages called Java. One of the main issues concerned with Java is that Java does not know how to handle a null value, something that is null. For instance, if you go to a school and you find they're having a problem submitting marks of students, there are likely chances that one or some of the students listed do not have marks. They do not have marks such that they have not put there a number. 0 is a number. So if a number is absent, including a 0, it means that Java will not be able to handle that. So the system will not submit marks of students beyond that student who doesn't have a mark. So one basic troubleshoot for schools and people using our softwares at the point of inserting numbers is when there is no number at the interface. So when you go to the field and find that our clients are having problems getting marks into the system, check for the following errors. Number 1, absentia of numbers. Number 2, use of other characters that are not numbers. This is very critical. For instance, a dash, an O. Some people can mistakenly type an O instead of a 0. An O is not a number and therefore the system will reject. Or a space before a number. For instance, when you want to type 037 and you start with a space, then type 037, that is not a number because it has started with a special character, with an alphabet, or rather something that cannot be computed in terms of numbers. So that's the very basic troubleshoot that occurs with most of our softwares at the time of data entry. These areas that have these common problems include capture of student marks, editing of student marks, capture of student balances. When we are entering balances of students in the finance system for the first time, when we are capturing the overpayments, and when we are capturing any other places that will require a list of students or a list of records that are being captured into the system, and they have to be entered in a particular chronological or in a particular order. Number 2, in an interface where we use a table to capture records, such interfaces Examples are the student capture marks section, student editing of marks section, places where we are capturing student balances, and similar places where we have tables being used to capture records. When you want to edit a record, by clicking on that particular record before it reflects on the edit interface, it means that the programming language you use, Java, will not understand or will not be able to process any record in a row in which one of its columns has nothing. So if we have a column of students and one student completely was never captured, was, for instance, he was later captured in the system, and at the time of editing the marks of this student, the client is unable to edit the marks because that student does not have a mark, or one column is null. So in that case, that particular column that is null needs a value. So usually we normally put a number like 0 before clicking on that column so that our systems are able to understand that now this record has a 0 at that point. Then you're able to edit these records. Thank you so much for listening to this introductory part of a presentation, which will lead you into understanding more about our systems. We're going to do more audios and more videos for all our staff so that all our staff become aware, all our staffs are good, and all our staffs understand our systems better. For our customer care department, we're also going to do videos on customer management, customer care desk, so that you understand the avoiding the flight and the fight mechanisms between our clients. Thank you so much. Let's meet in the next video or next audio.